a struggling woman. In a quiet village, nestled at the foot of the misty blue hills, lived a woman named Meera. She wasn't rich, nor did she have fancy clothes or expensive jewelry. What Meera had was something more: pursues a kind heart and a hard-working spirit. Every morning, before the sun even peeked over the hills, Meera would wake up to the sound of chirping birds. She lived in a small mud house with her daughter, Anya, who was only 7 years old. "Wake up, little sunflower," Meera would whisper, brushing a kiss on Anya's forehead. Anya loved her mother more than anything in the world. She knew Meera worked very hard, not only to take care of her, but also to help others in the village. Meera did many jobs. She cleaned houses, carried water from the river, helped old people with their shopping, and even taught children how to read and write in the evenings. But life was not easy. Sometimes they had very little food to eat. Sometimes Meera would skip her own meal just to feed Anya. Still, she never complained. "Every day is a gift," she would say. "As long as we are kind and do our best, things will get better." One morning, Meera was sweeping the front yard of the village shop when she saw something shiny by the fence. She picked it up. It was a red purse. Inside were coins, a golden ring, and a photo of an old woman. "Oh dear," Meera whispered. "Someone must be looking for this." She walked all over the village, asking if anyone had lost a red purse. People shook their heads. Finally, she reached the last house, the biggest house in the village. A frail, elderly woman opened the door. "Oh, my purse!" the woman cried. "Where did you find it?" "Near the shop," Meera replied. "I thought someone must be missing it." The old woman was so grateful. "You could have kept it. No one would have known," she said, her eyes soft. "But I would have known," Meera smiled. The old woman held her hand. "You are a good person, Meera. Thank you." That evening, Anya looked at her mother and asked, "Mama, why didn't you keep the purse? We need money too." Meera gently stroked her daughter's hair. "Sweetheart, we may not have money, but we have something more important: honesty. If we do the right thing, life has a way of returning kindness to us." A few weeks later, a big storm hit the village. The winds howled and the rains flooded the narrow roads. Crops were destroyed, and many villagers lost their food supply. Meera worked harder than ever. She helped clean up the damage and gathered leftover vegetables from broken fields to cook for the hungry. One evening, the village chief stood on a wooden stage in the town center. He looked worried. "We need volunteers to help fix the broken fences and plant new seeds," he said. "We have no money to pay now, but we'll share whatever grows." Meera stepped forward. "I will help," she said. So did others, inspired by her courage. Day after day, they worked together. Meera's hands were blistered. Her back ached, but she never stopped. At night, she would tell Anya bedtime stories and whisper, "Every seed we plant is a step toward a better tomorrow." Months passed. The plants began to grow. Green returned to the fields. The village slowly came back to life. One sunny afternoon, Meera was teaching children under the big mango tree when a black car rolled into the village. Out came a man in a suit. "I'm looking for Meera," he said. "I'm Meera," she said, confused. The man smiled. "My name is Rajan. I'm the son of the old woman whose purse you returned months ago." "Oh," said Meera, wiping her hands on her sari. "My mother was so touched by your honesty. Before she passed away, she asked me to find you." He handed Meera an envelope. It was a letter. "Dear Meera, thank you for your honesty. I know you struggle, but you shine like a star. I've asked my son to help you in any way he can. Use it wisely." Inside the envelope was a check with a large amount of money and a note offering Meera a job in a community center in the nearby town. Tears filled Meera's eyes. "Tu don't know what to say." "Say yes," Rajan smiled. "We need more people like you." Meera took the job and used part of the money to fix up the village school. She still lived in the same small house, but it was warmer now, with new windows and a painted door. She traveled to the town a few days a week, teaching women how to read, sew, and start small businesses. She brought back books and supplies for the village children. Anya was proud of her mother. At school, when teachers asked, "Who is your hero?" she always said, "My mama. She is the strongest woman in the world." The village changed because of Meera. People helped each other more. Children dreamed bigger. Women walked with confidence. One day, Anya asked, "Mama, do you ever get tired?" Meera smiled. "Of course, but then I remember all the things I still want to do, and that gives me strength." One chilly winter morning, Meera found an old letter while cleaning her trunk. It was from her own mother. "Meera, my brave girl, life is never easy. But remember, it's not the gold you carry in your hand. It's the goodness you carry in your heart. The world needs strong women who are not afraid to care, to work, to love. That woman is you." Meera held the letter to her heart. She missed her mother dearly, but in that moment, she felt her mother's strength flowing through her. That night, Meera added a new message to the wall in her classroom. "Be brave, be kind, be you." Years passed. The village grew. Children who once sat under the mango tree became doctors, teachers, and artists. Anya grew up and went to college, the first girl in her village to do so. Still, Meera remained the same. She still walked barefoot to the river, still helped neighbors carry firewood, and still smiled at every child who ran into her arms. People would whisper, "There goes Meera, the woman who changed everything." But Meera never saw herself as a hero. "I'm just a woman doing her best," she would say. But for the village, she was the beating heart that never stopped giving. And so, in a small village, under the misty blue hills, the story of a struggling woman became the story of a strong woman, a kind woman, a woman who taught everyone that no matter how hard life gets, if you keep walking, keep helping, and keep dreaming, you can change the world.